Okay, we're going to talk about layers, layer properties, how to put things on different layers. So we're going to start with opening up under the Home ribbon, the Layer Properties dialog box. If you're in Mac and you can't find this, you can type in LA and it'll probably come up also. Okay, so we have our layer properties. Let's see what's already in here. New is in here. Door is in here. Window, these are all ones that needed to be created. Cabinet is not. So let's start with that. So you want to, up here, you can click this little icon, or you can do Alt New. Right, so you can click here. We'll create a new one, and we'll call that A dash, oops, capital. And we're doing it just how it says in the book. This is not following AIA guidelines, but that's all right. We're going to change the color to green according to the instructions. It's going to be continuous, and we're going to change the dimension, the line weight to 0.25. All right, so we've created one. Let's try it with the other method. We'll hold down the Alt button, hit N, got a new layer. We're going to call that capital A dash appliance. According to the instructions in the book. Remember, AutoCAD will always remember kind of the last thing you did. So it kept that green. We're going to change it to magenta. It's going to be continuous. And this will be 0.18. These line weights sort of correlate to what we learned in hand drafting. Okay, we have the hatch files here, but the furniture is not. So another way you could do it is you can hit your right mouse button on your mouse. That will also give you the option to create a new layer. There's many ways to do things in AutoCAD. One of the reasons I want to show you all these because I'm not that familiar with Mac, and one of these might work better for you in Mac. Okay, so we're going to hit magenta, and we're going to make it again 0.18. Okay, so now you have all your layers created as indicated in the instruction sheet that was provided. Okay, so this little check mark here means that you're currently drawing on layer 0. Now, your drawing should always be on, the items in your drawing should always be on a layer. But you can draw on 0 and change them, the properties of your items later, which is what I've really sort of done. You can freeze, lock, freeze and lock. I'm going to expand these, your items. Lock is good for things like maybe your walls. You want to make sure you don't screw up your walls, or a column if you're doing a large drawing with columns, because they're not going to move. This new viewport is if you're changing a viewport. I rarely use this. This here, scoot this over. This little line means that this has been designated not to plot. Def points, it's grayed out, that will never plot. Okay, so we're going to turn this off, and we're going to start putting some things on our layers. So let's grab the furniture. That's clearly going on the furniture layer. I'm just going to grab everything. And I'm going to hit the right mouse button and hit either properties or quick properties. Since I've already set everything up, I can do quick properties. And it says various layers. But I want everything to be on furniture layer. And as you can see, it changed colors immediately. Now, and I hit the escape button to end that command. So let's look at what else. Let's change the cabinets. Again, quick properties to a cabinet. So it changed. So I want to change this to be the same as the bathtub. So I'm going to use something called match properties, or you can do layer match. So I'm going to click on the toilet because that's the item I want to change. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to hit the layer I want it to match. One of these is on, hold on, doesn't want to change. I don't know why it doesn't want to change, so I'm going to go ahead and change it down here to P furniture. Let's click on this one. I'm going to see what this one, oh, the color's changed, but it's not on the right layer. So that's why it didn't change on me. Don't cheat and just change the color. Okay, I want the whole layer changed. I want this changed also to being plumbing. Okay. So everything's changed now. So let's go, this is part of plumbing also, right? And I want it to match. So let's see if that layer property command will work now. So I'm going to grab those items, and I'm going to say I want it to match that. So now they've changed. This way is a little easier when you already have something in your drawing, right? So everything's changed. Let's see what else we have in here. Appliance. Okay, so let's grab all the appliances. So I'm grabbing things, and I'm purposely just grab that table. I'm going to purposely grab that one. Right. Grab these things. I'm going to change them to the appliance layer. So I've grabbed everything, but I know that this table shouldn't be on that layer. Hold your shift button down, grab it, and it will take it out of the group. It will remove it from your selections. So I'm going to go to quick properties, and no, I'm not. I'm going to go back, change it. I'm going to go to properties, and I'm going to change it to a appliance. Since everything on here is pink, it looks like, I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to change this plumbing fixture to a different color so we can see it, that it's different. And I'm going to change the appliance. This is just so you can see that it's different. See how it changes? Okay. Let's go ahead and grab the doors. And we'll go to properties. Could have been quick or Now it's all on doors. Something else I want to show you that about changing things on properties. Let's say, for instance, we don't here, but let's say we had a cabinet underneath. I'm just going to draw one really quickly here. Do my snap off. I'm just going to put a little box underneath as if it was an under the counter cabinet. Move. Hit F3, turn my O snap back on, and I'll move it down here. Okay, so now I have these. These should be under the cabinet. If they're under the cabinet, they're still on the same layer, but they need to be dashed. So I'm going to grab those items. I don't want to change all the information adherent to that layer, but I do want to make sure it shows up dashed. So I'm going to modify that layer to be a dashed layer. As you can see, it's very tiny, shows up dash. I want it to show up a little bit bigger, so I'm going to type in A scale, and I'm going to change it to 12. So now I can see that this is a dashed line, which in your world is indicating that that is below the surface. One of the questions that came up on creating these layers was about the transparency. So let's go to AWOL hatch and see if that's correct. It's not, so let's look at what it says in the document. It's to be gray, that's correct. The line weight is correct. But the screen transparency is going to be changed to 60. Okay? That way when you plot, you'll be able to see through it.